All right, what's going on? Shalom, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh, Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh, Shemar, Thumb, Bashim, Yahweh, to the sisters. I'm Priest and Officer 5000 and Bun, representing the ISUPK, teaching out of Rochester, New York. Rochester, New York, giving some love here. Scripture breakdown class, Rochester Central Library. Make sure you tune in to ISUPK Rochester, ISUPK Rochester on Facebook and on YouTube for up-to-date content. Any questions, email isupkrochester@gmail.com, isupkrochester@gmail.com for information, updates, etc. Go to www.isupk.com. God hates Christmas. It's a fact of the matter. Just got out of a interview with a pastor. Can't recall his name, as well as Jabril over at TIO Radio, and they were discussing crime, poverty in Rochester, as well as the issue with regards to homelessness. All of these issues are plaguing us in Rochester, in Canada, what have you, because we're cursed, as we all know. What are we cursed for? That's what a lot of people don't understand. People, even in the world, mention generational curses, generational curses. What I'll say before I start, if you're watching this, smash the like button, share it across all platforms, share it across all social media accounts. Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, okay? The home of the truth, the revolution will be televised, all right? We are cursed, but a lot of people don't understand what we're cursed for, why we are cursed. We are cursed because we disobeyed God, disobeyed the Most High. I'm sitting in this church and I see a ton of Christmas paraphernalia. The topic wasn't Christmas, so I didn't bring it up. But what I did mention in the interview to the pastor was that, look, the solution is simple. We have to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of God, of the Most High, the Lord, whatever you call the God of the Bible, okay? You have to understand that he has his chosen people, and those chosen people are the Bible. Excuse me, are the Israelites, sorry. Chosen people are the Israelites, all right? And the Lord's name is Yahweh. He wants his children to follow him. It's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. We have to keep all his statutes, not some of his statutes, all of his statutes. Let me show you a statute that's about to be broken on December 25th. I'm going to Exodus, holding Deuteronomy 28:15, going to Exodus 23. Right? Because many people don't understand these facts. They surely don't understand these facts in the Christian church, in the Roman Catholic Church. The Lord hates Christmas, and he's against it. It's all in the Bible. Okay, Exodus 20:3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Read it again. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. You're not supposed to have any other God before you. Christmas is the worship of the god Saturn. People don't read, people don't study history. History of Christmas is it was brought to the United States by various European colonizers, primarily by the Roman Catholic Church, the seat of Satan, who got it from pagans. Okay, this is a pagan, this is a heathen custom. This is a custom that has nothing to do with the Bible. The Lord never sanctioned Christmas. Christ wasn't born December 25th. You are not worshiping Christ or the Savior of the Scriptures as Lord. Okay, he was not born on December 25th. I'm going to go to Luke, the 2nd chapter, to prove that. Okay, all you have to do to a Christian is quote the Scriptures and break it down properly, and he's going to run for the damn hills. Okay, we give you that true understanding here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Luke chapter 2, verse 1, and it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. This idiot, not this idiot, this tyrant, much like the tyrants of America, the tyrants of Canada, the tyrants of Rochester and of Buffalo, wanted to tax the entire world. That is how America makes its money. That's how America became great. That's how America grew all of its wealth. That's how America is able to build hypersonic missiles and hypersonic defense systems and throw billions of dollars over to Israel every year in welfare checks to strengthen their economy. They're able to do that through taxation, just like the Roman Empire was. America is the daughter of the Roman Empire. Christmas is the daughter of Saturnalia, which also came from the Roman Empire. Verse 2, and this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. Verse 3, and all went to be taxed, everyone into his own city. Verse 4, and Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea unto the city of David. Excuse me. unto the city of David. All right. Give me 1 second. And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David. Quick sidebar, who else was of the house and lineage of David? Christ. The one the world calls Jesus Christ was of the lineage. He was the root and offspring of David, as Joseph was the root and offspring of David. Joseph is the father of Christ. Verse 5, to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. She's pregnant with who? Christ. Verse 6. This is Luke chapter 2, verse 6. Listen closely. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. Verse 7. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. Christ was born during the Roman tax season. When do you get taxed? In the dead of winter? When do you get taxed? When there's hoarfrost outside of your window? When you've got to go to your car and scrape the car, right? Scrape all the mirrors. Scrape all the mirrors. Scrape the windows. Turn it on. Let it preheat like a damn oven? No. You get taxed during the springtime. The Roman tax season was during the same time period as the American tax season. Jesus Christ, Yahushua Mashiach in the Hebrew, was born during the tax season, which is March, April, which is springtime if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. This is when he was born. December 25th is not the day of his birth. It's an impossibility. There's no way that Christ was born December 25th. No way, based on the scripture here. But I will tell you who was born on December 25th, and that is the god Nimrod, who later became worshipped as the sun, as many other men were. Okay? Problem that this world is wrapped up in two things: sun worship and dope. Okay? And the lust that comes with being a sun worshiper, and the lust that comes with being a dope fiend. Okay? Nimrod had died. After Nimrod died, his mother/wife Semiramis, said to everyone, listen, you better keep giving us your taxes. Even though Nimrod died, don't think that he left. His spirit is in this evergreen tree, this giant evergreen tree. And if you don't put gold and silver at the bottom of this evergreen tree, your head's going to be cut off, and it's going to be put on this tree. That's why there's balls hanging from that Christmas tree. Those balls on that Christmas tree at one time were human skulls of the people who refused to pay Babylon tribute. That's what it's about, man. It's about giving the ruling class your money. And that's what Christmas is about. Giving the ruling class your money. It's a commercial holiday, just like it's always been. However, it is also the worship of another God, which you're not allowed to do. You're not allowed to partake in. Jesus wasn't born December 25th. Okay? I was just in an interview in the church, and I'm mentioning we need to follow law, statutes, commandments of the Bible. And I was like, as Christmas ornaments line the damn table. Like, our people don't understand that we are being punished because we refuse to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. I also mentioned in that interview that the steps that we need to take, right, in order to lift ourselves from this curse, many of us don't want to take. Many of us do not want to take. Okay? They agreed, even though there's Christmas trees in there. But no worries. They have the information. They can learn the truth in ISUPK. All right? Christmas has nothing to do with God. And anyone teaching you to celebrate Christmas is teaching you a horrible, horrible lesson. It's a terrible lesson. It's a terrible lesson to teach the children. Another aspect of these American holidays, let me get Proverbs 22:6. Holding everything, pulling scriptures left, right, and center. Bear with me. Let's go to Proverbs 22:6. It's another thing people don't understand. Many parents across many years have never understood why, when their child gets to a certain age, the child doesn't respect them, the child bucks up at them, the child lies to them, the child hides things from them. Your children are that way, most likely, because you taught them to be that way. How did you teach them to be that way? You taught them to be that way by lying to them when they were children. You told them Santa was real. You told them that in Rochester, in the slums, in Regent Park of Toronto, right, in Montreal Nord, the fat white man is going to come down your non-existent chimney and eat milk and cookies, and he's going to leave a gift. And that child grows to a certain age and is no longer so naive and childish. They begin to understand that there is no man running through the sky on the chimney, or running through the sky with reindeer. The reindeer didn't deliver it. Jeff Bezos is delivering the Christmas gifts. That's who's delivering the gifts. Delivery boy. Okay? And he's taking the money to go up into outer space and do backflips and take a dump 20 miles above, 30, 300 miles, whatever, above the Earth's surface. That's what he's taking with the stupid Christmas money that we blow. We don't have the money to blow. We blow on anyway. We're teaching our children to lie. And then what do our children do? Our children lie to us. We're teaching our daughters a horrible lesson. You're teaching a woman a terrible lesson. And no matter what she does, no matter how she acts, she's going to be rewarded on this certain day. She's going to be rewarded because it is custom to do. He has to spend on me. He has to buy things for me. There's nothing wrong with buying for a woman or providing for a woman financially. That's all I'm saying. What I am saying is negating a woman's behavior and just giving her things because she's a woman is teaching her a horrible lesson. Okay? It's teaching children a horrible lesson. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go. You're supposed to train your children up. Everything you do with your children should be training them on how they should go. All of you tuning in, including myself, if Christ doesn't return, we'll be alive maybe for another 65 years, 70 years, some of us less, okay? 50 years, 40 years. And our lasting impression on this earth is what we did, how we conducted ourselves, and how we taught our children. And if you're teaching your children that a fat white man is coming down a non-existent chimney to eat milk and stinking cookies, drink milk and eat stinking cookies, then you are not training your child in the way he should go. He should not go in that way. Because what is he going to do when he's older? When he wants something, when he wants the status quo, when he wants to get his way, he's going to lie. When a woman wants to get her way, she's going to accept liars. She's going to accept high-value men. What's a high-value man? A man that can give her gifts. That's what a high-value man is. I don't know what in West Hell told these people that a man's financial status defines his masculinity. It's paper, which is backed by nothing. The paper means nothing. Yet if you have it, if you have some zeros in a computer, you're more of a man than someone else. That's a damn lie. Women believe that because they were trained based on Christmas. The man with the most gifts brings you the most joy. A man that doesn't bring you gifts, you're upset at. No. He's not a good father. He's not a good husband. He's not a good whatever you want to call him. Okay? Right, and it's Kevin Samuels' show. Kevin Samuels also. Kevin Samuels is a sodomite. Women, particularly so-called black women and Latinas, need to stop taking advice from sodomites. Kevin Samuels, he is the Christmas damn spirit. Okay? Believing that if a man has a big enough bank account, he can provide for you. When Kevin Samuels can get his teeth knocked out. Excuse me, not that I would do that. Not that I would do that, but any man calling you a high-value man that you can obviously look at and tell, you could punch him out, he wouldn't do anything. It's not a high-value man. Because guess what? Currencies are crashing. The dollar is going to be worth nothing. And all that you're going to have as a man is your integrity. This class is to teach you, is to give you a crumb of integrity, or a piece, a layer of integrity. You stack that up, and then you become a man like fine gold. The Lord's not trying to make high value men. The Lord is trying to make men more precious than fine gold. That's on a whole nother stratosphere. Okay? You're talking about high value currency. He's talking about gold. Okay? More fine than that, more precious than that. Train up a child in the way you should go. If you want your kids to stop lying to you, stop lying to them about Christmas. Santa Claus is the German god Odin, who Wednesday is named after. That's who Santa Claus is. Now, Saint Nicholas was a so-called black man from Turkey. He was the bishop of Myra, or Myrrh, frankincense and myrrh. There's a city named Myrrh, basically, or Myra, I believe, I don't know if it's Turkish or Koine Greek, whatever. And he threw a sack of coins into the window of two sisters who were about to be sold into prostitution by their father because of poverty. St. Nicholas is black. Two sisters about to go off into prostitution. You can damn well guess the race and ethnicity of these two sisters, of these two daughters. St. Nicholas was walking around. He would hate OnlyFans, man. He would distribute unto the poor so that black and Hispanic women wouldn't think they had to go on OnlyFans and accept a man with a high value in his bank account when he's got more fecal matter on his rod than a New York sewer. Okay? we would understand these things. I'm not saying St. Nicholas was in the truth. He wasn't in the truth. But the as you go further and further back in time, the church, as it's known today, had more of the practices that were closer to the truth, but they began to sell out. Okay, that's who Saint Nicholas actually is. He's a black man in Turkey who freed two poor women from prostitution by giving them money to pay off debts that their father owed. They took his story of a black man, and melded it. This fat guy from Germany, Odin, okay, who also rides on a reindeer. All you have to do is look this stuff up. Odin rides through the sky on his eight-legged Sleipnir, which in America in the English tongue is the eight-legged sleigh. Odin rides an eight-legged sleigh. This is the worship. You worshiping Odin, worshiping Nimrod, worshiping Saturnalia. That's two white gods. But Black Lives Matter. It's a joke. Train up a child in the way he should go. You want a woman to not have sex with anyone that gives them flowers and pushes like on their Facebook account. You need to train your daughters, nieces, what have you, to not trade integrity for gifts. And that's what women are doing. That's what many men are doing. Trading integrity for gifts. The Lord said this, why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? Don't trim your ways, man. Don't trim anything about yourself. Because the Lord will be behind you. The Lord, the Most High, will back you. The Lord will give you his gifts in due season. Okay? Do you want your gifts from the Lord, or do you want your gifts from the bald-headed delivery boy, Jeff Bezos? I'll take the Lord, the Most High, over Amazon's poor shipping ability. They say they can get it there in one day. They're not doing that. And they're sub-quality items versus the Lord's blessing, gold and silver for eternity. Okay? Train up a child in the way he should go. When he is old, he won't depart from it. Train him up in the way he should go. When he's old, he won't depart from it. Train him up. The joy that you give to each other is by pushing each other, is by showing each other love. What is love? Doing by those around you according to the commandments. If you loved your kids, you wouldn't celebrate Christmas. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to go on any major news site in any area of the globe, go to December 25th and hear about all the property crime, rape, deviancy, killing, death, prostitution, adultery, etc. That Christmas party is hell, man, for your woman. That Christmas party at work is hell on earth. Okay? Every demon on earth is trying to get her to commit adultery. Why? Because it is the worship of another God. And we become so feminine as a people. We believe because something is shiny, because it makes us feel good, because it tastes good, or because it gives us an orgasm or gets us high, that means that thing must be of God. And that is a lie. You cannot base your beliefs. You cannot base your God, who you believe in, what you believe in as a higher power based on how it makes you feel. Because feelings are transitory. I could feel like doing some push-ups right now. And then in 5 minutes, I feel like making a turkey sandwich. Feelings come and go. But what doesn't change is what's in this book, the Bible. Okay? And God, the Most High, said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. I'm going to read verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Muslims take this verse and think that means you can't take any pictures. Okay? That's a damn lie. We'll break down what that means in a second. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. You can't bow down to these gods to serve them. You can't make a graven image, erect a tree, bow down to the tree to serve and worship that tree. That is a sin according to God, to the Bible, because you do worship that tree as a god. Okay, and that tree is going to do nothing but occupy space, be a covert, be a cave for mice, and burn the house. That's all the tree and those stupid lights are going to do for the house. Okay. Christmas does nothing for us. Christmas puts us in greater financial strain. Christmas didn't pay anybody's rent. Christmas didn't, give you free shipping. Christmas doesn't fix your house. Christmas doesn't free Haiti out of crushing poverty. Christmas doesn't free Puerto Rico from bone-crushing public debt, from high public debt nigh into the heavens. Christmas doesn't help so-called Haitians in Montreal Nord, West Indians, so-called in Laval. blacks, so-called blacks, the tribe of Judah here in Rochester, Ephraimites, so-called Puerto Ricans. Doesn't help us one bit, man. So why are we celebrating these things? We take unto ourselves things that have no profit. Okay? We take unto ourselves things that have no profit. Who's the culprit? Who's at fault? As usual, it's that damn pastor. I'm going to read Jeremiah 23:1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, saith the Lord. Woe. Woe means death and destruction. Death and destruction to the pastors. There's one group, two religions on this earth. They use the term pastor. It's fake Israelites, Christian Israelites, and Christian pastors. Okay? God's saying destruction unto them. That destroy and scatter the flock. You destroy the Most High's chosen people by sanctioning, by allowing them to celebrate a holiday that does nothing for them but brings their credit rating down. Does nothing for them. It creates more domestic violence, okay, than an alcoholic who just got beat up in a bar. Okay, this destroys us, man. Like I said, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to go to any news site in Canada and the United States and Rochester and see all the murder and death that's going to happen after Christmas and after New Year's. It's a vile thing that they teach these things. The Lord said, woe, destruction unto them. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, against the pastors that feed the people. How do they feed the people? Are they horticulturalists? Are they agriculturalists? Are they botanists? Do they study plants and grow them and harvest them? No. No. They feed the people with words, with knowledge. You've ever heard someone tell you, you're not picking up what I'm putting down? You're not soaking this in. You need to soak this in. You need to take in what I'm saying to you, right? We liken knowledge to food all the time. And that when you eat food, you get nourished. And when you take in knowledge and information, you're nourished. You acquire skills that you didn't previously have. You know things that you didn't previously know. Well, people that are giving our people knowledge are destroying us. Who's giving us knowledge? Christian church. Let's read on. And drive them, you've scattered my flock. They've scattered the flock. And driven them away. You drive blacks, Hispanics, and natives from God every December 25th. Christ wasn't born December 25th. I showed you that in the Bible. All right? The origin of Christmas being on December 25th was the worship of Nimrod. Later on in Rome, it was called Dia de Sol Invictus, the day of the inconquerable sun. Sol Invictus being inconquerable sun. The Catholic Church under Constantine in around 274 or so, to bring Christmas into the Catholic Church, they made a holiday, Saturnalia, which is the worship of the unconquerable sun, into Christmas or Christ Mass, the worship of the Son of Righteousness. Get it? See the flip? The script that they flipped? They changed the truth of God into a lie. Okay? The Lord said he's going to destroy them for the evil of their doings. The Lord's going to destroy these pastors for the evil of their doings. Christmas is not in the Bible. The worship of Christmas is a sin. It is the worship of several gods. The Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, those crooks, those criminals, change the truth of God into a lie. And here's another thing I don't understand either. The cancel culture is running wild. Cancel this, cancel that, cancel him. He made me feel bad. Cancel her, cancel him. He's not sensitive to the LGBTQ community's wants and needs. Let's cancel him. Nobody's canceling the Catholic Church. When there was a report that just came out from France that they molested 200,000 children from 1950 to like 2020. 200,000. There's not that many people in France. I've said this before. The LGBTQ community was made by the Catholic Church. There would be no LGBTQ community without the Catholic Church. It's just a fact of the matter when you analyze the members of the LGBTQ community, and you come to find statistically the statistical majority or main reason as to why they partake in that lifestyle. It's no secret, man. That's the doings of the Catholic Church and their affiliates. Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature, Christmas evergreen trees and Amazon toys, more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. Or so be it. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? They changed the truth of God into a lie. They made Christmas a celebrated holiday. Again, if you're watching this, smash the like button, share, because we're going live here. Okay? We're discussing what Christmas actually is. They changed the truth of God into a lie and worship the creation rather than the creator. Anything that is worshiping creation rather than worshiping the creator, it is a lie. Meaning this, when you're saying that you're in the truth, you're saying that you follow Christ, you're saying that you are a man of God, you're saying that your place of worship is the house of God. Yet you're saying, let's keep the tree in the church to keep the wickedness at bay. That's what the Christians say. They say, let's keep this tree in the church so that people that don't go out there amongst the heathens and commit wickedness. That's a disgusting cop out. That's a disgusting cop out, and it is just that, a cop out, man. Okay. Anything that's doing that is a lie. Christmas is worshiping the creation more than the creator, the creation more than the creator. What else is doing that? Birthdays are another sin. You are a personal God on the birthday and not on your birthday. And I just read in Exodus 20:3 that thou shalt have no other gods before me. That's a fact of the matter. They changed the truth of God into a lie. Let's read on. What comes of this? For this cause, God gave them up into vile affections. For this cause, the Most High gave them into vile affections. What is vile affections? Two women wanting to be with each other. Two men wanting to be with each other. Men wanting women to kiss and lick and suck on each other and rub each other. That's vile affection. Two men wanting to go into each other and play with each other like you would, like a man would deal with a woman. That's a vile affection. Men wanting children, which is what this LGBT, whatever, it's Rainbow Coalition, is going to allow to creep into their group. Pedophilia. Pedophilia was common in Greece, and pedophilia is common in America, and it's going to become legal if Christ doesn't return. They're going to find some way to normalize it, some way to legalize it in the near future. I know this, not because I'm a magician or I have a crystal ball somewhere. That stuff doesn't work. I read and I study. And in Greece, pederasty or pedophilia was common. It was legal. Okay? And really, without the Bible, pedophilia and child molestation would be absolutely normal. You can look at any other culture on the planet. All of them have some form of child molestation that's either religious, cultural, or a sum of the two, religious and cultural, or it's just a practice that they do that the religion that came in didn't forbid or didn't get rid of. Okay? For this cause God gave them up into vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. The woman was made to be broke into by one man. The Lord gave them up into vile affections, into things that were not natural. It's not natural to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boyfriends in a year. It's not normal to have 9 rods in a year. That is not normal. Your body will tell you that when your nether region smells like a garbage truck. And it smells like a hibachi grill, fresh with raw shrimp, salmon, scallops, mussels, crabs, and sea bass and sea urchins. Your body will tell you that is not natural. It's not a natural way to live. Your body will tell you that getting with a woman is not a natural way to live. Okay? More often than not. To that which is against nature. Verse 27, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another. Men burn in their lust one towards another. Men with men working that which is unseemly. It's unseemly to do what the LGBTQ community does. And you shrug off Christmas, it's just for the kids, it's whatever, it's not a big deal. But with Christmas comes all other forms of deviancy. Because when you change the truth of God into a lie, when you lie on the truth, you open the door to any and all purge-like acts. You open the door to the breakdown of society, which is what's happened in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. The most important aspect of any culture, is their belief system. Don't let anybody fool you. I'm not religious. I don't go to church. BS. You're all religious. Anybody that has a Christmas tree in their house is a Christian. That is a holiday the Roman Catholic Church literally invented. It's absolutely religious. Okay? That's what Christmas is. You can, oh, I don't celebrate for religion. I don't believe in Christ. You got a tree in there. The tree is a god. It's Nimrod. You worship Nimrod as a god. Santa Claus, the reindeer, that's Odin. You're religious. You're a Christian. You're a Catholic. And I was going to touch on that as well in regards to the LGBTQ community. Everyone wants to cancel this and cancel that. Nobody wants to cancel the Catholic Church. Everybody's still celebrating Christmas when the Catholic Church is guilty of millions of cases of child abuse. The Catholic Church has been embezzling money since World War I, World War II. The Catholic Church colluded with the damn Nazis. That's another thing. You need to stop talking about the ISUBK being a hate group, this hate group, that. The Catholic Church colluded with the Nazis, and they are looked at as men of God. Their religion is followed and is worshipped by most of the planet Earth, without question. Cancel Christmas. It was made by a group of pedophiles. Reading on. And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat, right? Hepatitis A, B, C, drive-by shootings, AIDS. That's just going to happen. It's going to be a ton of drive-by shootings and murders and robberies. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, they didn't want to retain God in their knowledge. Whatever, it's a tree, stack it up. I'm just doing it for the kids. Leave me alone. You're the kid. What the hell does a kid know about a tree? Well, where in West Hill does a child associate an evergreen tree in their house with happiness and with joy? You dictate everything else to your kids. Why do you have to allow the Catholic Church, who should be canceled, should be labeled as a terrorist group, hate group, all of that? Why do you allow them to insert their will upon your children? You tell them to do everything else. Clean your room. Go to bed at this hour, that hour. But when it comes to Christmas, nah, you do whatever you want. It's for the kids. It's not for the damn kids. You could do what you want by your kids. Buy them gifts any other day of the year. It is not a sin to give your woman a gift when she deserves it. Your children a gift when she deserves it. It's not a sin for a woman to give a man a gift. But when you do it on December 25th, it is religious, and that's why it can't be observed. It is a worship of Saturnalia. Saturnalia was an ancient Roman holiday that directly coincides with what is now as Christmas. It was celebrated 6 days preceding Christmas. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me the mistletoe. Right? Mistletoe, you are under a mistletoe, right? And you swap fluids with whoever is under the mistletoe during Christmas. The mistletoe is a drug. It's an aphrodisiac. What the ancients used to do, particularly the Celts, they would take the mistletoe off the tree, put it into a vat, boil it, to condense it down, boil out the oils, whatever, drink that oil, and it was like a Molly of its day. You want to have a threesome in Ireland, 300 AD, 200 BC, boil down that mistletoe, hand it to a woman. Whatever vile deviant act you wanted to do, you would boil down the mistletoe to get it done. It was the ecstasy of its day. That's what it is. And nobody knows this outside of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. To hell with Christmas, man. The Lord has holidays where people don't get shot by the hundreds. The Lord has holidays where wives don't go out and commit adultery. The Lord has holidays where men don't go out and pack fudge with other men and go into each other. The Lord has holidays where children aren't molested. There was a story that came out months ago during Thanksgiving about a girl 15 years old who killed herself during the holiday season because someone in the family had been raping her for years and nobody took notice. Nobody took notice of her. Nobody took notice of the kid. But it's December 25th. It's all about the damn kids. It's not all about the damn kids, man. Give me a break. If you love your children, police them. That's how you show you love your children. Police them, monitor them. No, they can't do everything. Yes, they can do this. No, they can't do that. That's how you police children, man. Let's read on. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind. All right, God gave them over to a reprobate mind. Everybody running around is a bunch of damn idiots. Okay? And the twins who died in the fire. Yeah, twins died in the fire. I recall that story. It came out about a week ago. I can't remember where it was. But yeah, twins died in fires, and there's so many damn fires. Your house is going to burn down. Yet nobody can count and put two and two together. My house burns down every Christmas. People get shot in my neighborhood. And wife left me and cheated on me and had an orgy at the Christmas party. Maybe Christmas is bad. Nobody can put 1 + 1 and make 2. You know why? Because the Lord gave them over to a reprobate mind. The Lord caused them to become idiots. Okay? That's what's running around in America. To those things which are not convenient. These things aren't convenient. Verse 29, being filled with all unrighteousness. See that? When you change the truth, when you sneak in Christmases for the kids, then you bring in all unrighteousness, the abuse of women, okay? Domestic violence, which is increasing across the world. Men in the world right now are beating the bloody teeth out of their wives. India and amongst Israel and Brazil as well. Domestic violence comes in, drug dealing comes in, murder comes in, deviancy comes in, kidnapping by the thousands come in. All unrighteousness. When you change the truth of the Most High to a lie, you bring in all unrighteousness. You see the flow, the melody of the scriptures here? That's what's going on. If you erase Christmas, you erase crime in the Black and Hispanic community. It's the first step. We need to boycott Christmas. Everything else gets boycotted but Christmas. During the summer, during election years, Black Lives Matter this and gung-ho that. December 25th, we're about as white as Donald Trump. The cops that kill us, the people that distributed drugs in our community, the people that robbed Haiti, the people that robbed the West Indian Islands and made it so horrible that you get on whatever plane you can get, raft, whatever, to go to Florida and then go to Canada. People that did that celebrate Christmas. We are violating our ancestors by celebrating that holiday. You know, this is the truth of the matter. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication. What's fornication? Fornication is unlawful sex. Sex before marriage is a myth. There's no such thing as sex before marriage because sex is marriage. If you go out and leave your husband and deal with another man in the Christmas party, guess what? That's your new husband. Okay? You won't have to be bothered with him. He won't be bothering you anymore. You can deal with the new man. Okay? That's fornication. That's unlawful sex. All right? That's what it is. Bear with me 1 second. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, right? Stealing, lying, maliciousness, being malicious. Aren't these all the problems in the Black and Hispanic community? When we're fighting each other, pulling each other's hair out, thieves, liars, etc. These things come in because the truth of God was changed into a lie, which is why we in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge are staunch. We are staunch. We are staunch on everything related to the truth. We're not backing down or compromising in the slightest bit. This is why we are so absolutely militant. Let's read on. Full of envy, murder, debate. That's what it also is, debate. Debate everywhere. You come and think you're in the truth to make more debate. So I should be carried home to the truth. Is this and that? We're all Israel. I can go off and do my own thing, being full of debate. That's wickedness. And that is the Christian spirit that comes from changing the truth of God into a lie. That is the Christmas spirit. And it is loose on the earth, being full of debate. Being skeptical and cynical about everything. Deceit. Malignity, whispers, deceit. Women lying to men, men lying to women, deceitfulness in relationships, a lack of trust in relationships, and in misleading the partner is one of the leading causes of divorce and the relationship ending. You want to end that? Bring the truth of God back into the earth. That's how it happens. And one way to do that is to establish the truth. I'm going to be tuning out in a few minutes. The library is closing. Once again, I'm in Rochester Central Public Library here in Rochester, New York, my old stomping grounds. About 2 hours from the Canadian border. One day soon, I'll be crossing the border to head back to Canada. Nonetheless, ISUPK Rochester, city of Rochester, will be fed and was fed today. Deceit, malignity, being maligned and wanting to hurt the other person, putting your man on child support, leaving your husband, a man just leaving his kids and his woman, whisperers, gossipers, all the things that are evil in this place, in this world, because of the worship of false gods. It's all it is. The most important aspect of any society is their belief system. Don't let anybody fool you and tell you that religion isn't important and belief system is not important. We're modern. That's BS. We're as primitive as have been for 2,000 years, circling a fire, 4,000 years, or 10,000 years ago, circling a fire and saying hugga bugga. We're just as primitive. We just have these handheld computers now. Okay? All these problems come from the worship of other gods. Backbiters. People that backbite, people that talk behind your back. You see the flow? What's wrong with this world is the man that is in charge hates God and is not ruling according to God's rules. So the Lord is bringing COVID-19, China, like Trump says, insert Trump voice, Russia and America and Iran to the Third World War. Christ is going to return, destroy this place, and in the new world there will be no more Christmas. Kids will be talking to each other about the Passover. Parents, families, wives, and husbands will be talking about travel to the Passover. Also, shout out ISUPK Florida for the Passover. Passover is going to be April 15th at sundown. April 15th at sundown in Orlando, Florida. That is where the Lord's Passover is going to be. Once again, it doesn't need to be a million debates about what day is a Passover or whatever. We said it's April 15th, so it's April 15th. All right? April 15th at sundown, Orlando, Florida. Got a whole compound. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's going to be excellent. You're going to book your tickets now. If you're in Rochester in Canada, you get in touch with me, Priest and Officer 5000 in Bun, 484-687-7040, 484-687-7040. Email us, isupkrochester@gmail.com or isupkcanada@gmail.com if you need help, assistance getting to the Passover. There's a Passover fee, $200 per person, per family. Don't quote me on that amount. That's around the amount that it is. You can't pay for it, having financial issues, make sure you shoot us an email, shoot me a text. All right? That's a holiday we should be serving. Because with that comes no backbiting. With that comes no unrighteousness. That is a righteous holiday that we observe, that we celebrate. All right? Despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents. Once again, you kids are going to disobey you. Kids are going to disobey you. Your daughter's going to run the streets, be a lady of the evening. Your son's going to shoot everybody in the block and rob people and fail in school and drop out. Because because the truth of God has been changed into a lie. We're going to fix the family. We're going to fix relationships. We're going to fix the interaction between men and women in general. We're going to fix society. The truth of God, the truth of the Most High has to be established. And the truth is, Christmas is a lie. God hates Christmas. He's not hearing our prayers at all during Christmas. That's in Amos 5:21, along with Proverbs 28:9. His holidays must be observed. Go to www.isupk.com. All right. As you all know, I'm going to make some announcements for the ISUPK. Started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York since 1969. We've been teaching the truth that also called blacks, Latinos, and natives are the Israelites. www.isupk.com is the website. Sisters, women that come into the school are off limits for 6 months. If they're single, if they're married, they're off limits, period. Single coming into the school for 6 months, they're off limits. Don't breathe down their neck. Try to make their hair stand up. Leave them alone. Same goes for brothers. Leave these brothers alone. Let everyone grow from the same level. Acquire the truth, because learning the truth takes time. It is a struggle. It is a war. Win this war. Do not celebrate Christmas. Cancel Christmas. Go to isupk.com. Check out the Lord's real holidays. That being said, Rochester, Canada, I'm out. Shalom.